fans, first thing, better information is brought to you by UPMC Chicago Sports Medicine Center, providing professional diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries and illnesses in athletes of all ages.
It is a beautiful day for baseball and an even better day for two games. Welcome, everybody, to Tarp Skunks Baseball. I'm Dre Guinness alongside Matty G, and we are running a little behind today as everything getting rushed. We're used to the evening time. This is the afternoon ball game, and we are set for action as the 12-12 Elmira Pioneers take on your hometown 12-12 Jamestown Tarp Skunks, tied for third place in the Western Division, Matty.
Yeah, yesterday's game was absolutely huge for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, picking up 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning to go up 8-6, ended up winning by that score. Now it is a tie between these two teams, set to face off in 2 today to see who will take over third place in the division standings. And let me tell you, it's going to be a fun one today.
And the first pitch to Matt Leahy, the second baseman for the Pioneers, is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, we are running a little bit behind schedule. I gotta say, unfortunately, the heat and not turning off the computer by accident last night makes it a little bit difficult for the computer to run on time. So we're glad we were able to get things in on schedule. We are ready for baseball. Dre and I are ready to go, and it's gonna be I'm really excited for this doubleheader today.
I absolutely am. This is a crucial game as there's a drive out to left field. Kobe Jones under it and makes the catch for the first out of the ball game.
We'll take a quick look at the Jamestown defense here on the field for Game 1. In left field, Kobe Jones. In center field, Leo Doyle. In right field, Steven Scarfone. At third, Eli Harpolani. At shortstop, Nigel Sebastianelli. At second base, Brandon McLean Banks. At first base, DJ Stoyanovich. Behind the dish is Henry Juwan, and on the mound is Hayden Givens-Craig.
As Andy Schroeder steps in and takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Hayden Givens-Craig, his first game starting for the Tarp Skunks, has been phenomenal out of the pen. 22 innings, 4 earned runs, 7 walks, 19 strikeouts for a 1.63 ERA. 1-0 on the season with 2 saves as that pitch is outside for a ball. 2-0. These two teams met yesterday in the first of 3. Tarp Skunks were down 6-3 in the top of the 9th inning, put 5 runs up against the bullpen as there's a base hit into right field, and the Pioneers get their first runner on. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Cooper Smith. Smith coming in with a 3.14 ERA. Comes set, runner off first, and the first pitch is taken outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Givens-Craig from the set. Schroeder leads off first, and that pitch taken high for a ball. 2-0. 8-6 win yesterday, coming back with 5 runs in the 9th inning. And that was an absolutely crucial win to even up the record and vault the Tarp Skunks in the 3 spot. As that pitch lined past Harpalani at third into left field. That's going to be extra bases. Rounding into second and in safely is Smith. Schroeder moving to third. So a 1-out double puts runners at second and third. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, or the extra hitter, Aiden Fry.
Yeah, it was a great piece of hitting there, I must say. But the one thing I will say, these two teams are going to be in a heated battle today. I suspect a very offensive-oriented game by both teams on both games, Game 1 here and Game 2 a little bit later tonight. Both teams are looking to lock down that number 3 spot. They're in a heated 3-team race right now for third place between the Pioneers, the Skunks, and the Geneva Red Wings, who are also close behind. That pitch, check swing gone around for strike 1. But you got to look at it as we're getting close to the end of the regular season. You got to start looking for ways you can jump one spot to the next. Obviously, you're looking like the Batavia Muck Dogs are going to be the number 1 seed. You got to be focusing on number 2. So you actually want to root for Batavia today, as that'll give you the best shot as coming up with number 2. But you got to win both these games first if you're Jamestown.
Is that pitch taken for a strike? 0-2 to Fry. Givens Craig, 2 hits so far in this inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Throw down to first to complete it. And Givens Craig covering home.
Yeah, got to make sure that run doesn't get across in any way, shape, or form. You saw Henry Juwan kind of look over to third base, kind of check the runner over at third, make sure he doesn't take off on the throwdown, because obviously drop third can make it a little bit of an interesting scenario.
Well, the Pioneers had a situation yesterday where they had bases loaded and on runners at first and second, and on a bases or a double play attempt. As there's a ground ball up the middle, picked up by Sebastianelli, throw on to first, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. We'll tell you more about yesterday when we come back. Pioneers nothing, Tarp Skunks coming to bat.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They are a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturer and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the experts. Plyler Entry Systems is the proud sponsor of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks official mascot. To learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit plylerentry.com. All right, so we were a little bit behind, so we'll take a look now at the defense for the Elmira Pioneers here in Game 1. Dre, who do you got?
From left to right, it's Callahan, Stern, and make sure I have the right name on that list here. Schroeder in right. Blanchard, Ward, Leahy, and Smith in the infield from third to third. Bartensting behind the mound and behind the plate, and on the mound is Garrett Rochon. This is his 5th game started. 1-3 on the season with a 5.01 ERA.
So the batting lineup for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks here in Game 1 will be as follows. Leading off is Eli Harpalani playing third. Brandon McLean Banks bats second, plays second. Batting third, Leo Doyle in center field. Bobby Stang, the extra hitter, batting fourth. Kobe Jones, the left fielder, batting fifth. Shaniel Maldonado, the designated hitter for Game 1, will bat sixth. DJ Stoyanovich at first will bat seventh. The catcher, Henry Juwan, batting eighth. Steven Scarfone in right field batting 9th, and batting 10th, Nigel Sebastianelli at shortstop. So it'll be Harpelani, McLean Banks, and Doyle in that order to lead off the bottom of the first inning. And here to tell you all about that, as well as some other things we noticed from last game yesterday, it's Trey Guinness.
All right, Matt, thank you very much as Eli Harpelani stepping in to lead off the game for the Tarp Skunks. And Roshan's first pitch is popped up on the infield, straight up. Leahy under it at second, and quickly, one pitch, one away. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Brandon McLean Banks.
And you know, there's something that I'm going to point out again from something that I noticed in yesterday's game, something that I've been nitpicky about with the Tarp Skunks all season long. Why is it that no matter what happens, the big run innings and the clutch moments only seem to happen at the very end of the game?
Well, yesterday was, as McLean Banks takes a strike, 1-1. Yesterday was kind of an anomaly as the Pioneers threw out a knuckleballer who dominated 6 2/3 innings, finally pulled as there's a fly ball down the right field line and out of play. And it's 1-2 to McLean Banks.
There's a name I do remember, Zach Nelson, who ended up throwing for them. As you said, 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs allowed, 2 strikeouts. But at the same time, it's like they only seem to be ever able to get after.
Check swing appeal does not go Pioneers' way, so 2-2 to McLean Banks.
They only ever seem to go after the bullpen, which usually if you've seen someone once, twice, 3 times through the lineup, you should be able to learn them rather well and be able to sit on what they've got.
Line down the third base line, foul.
But it only seems to be that they would get after the bullpen, who they haven't even seen the lineup through an entire time, and they're putting up a 4-run spot, a 5-run spot, a 6-run spot. That on its own should seem like an anomaly. And I'm going to continue to be picky about it until they can figure it out.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and McLean Banks goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the center fielder, Leo Doyle.
Like, you can call me a heel about it. Like, you can call me a bad guy for saying it, but it's something that's worth looking into. It's cost them in a couple of games so far this season where they just haven't been able to get anything going. They try to get something going too late in the game, and by then, as I said, it's too late.
First pitch to Doyle, hit out to right field. Schroeder shading over to his right, and he makes the catch. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Pioneers. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We're going to go to the top of the second inning. No score here in Jamestown.
The game driven by accuracy. Cole down the first baseline. Tom Waldeck. All right, Jake, thank you so much. I'm down here in front of Elmira's dugout. I'm here with who's going to play our Tarp Skunks. Target pause. He's going to have 30 seconds to put 3 balls through that strike zone. I'm going to put the rest of those balls by your feet while I pull the stopwatch real quick. I thought you were about to take off. I was going to say, not yet. All right, here we go. Are you ready? We're going to go 3, 2, 1, go. Coming hard. We're just a little left. We're going to move it over a little bit. There's one. One quick one. We follow the line. That's what we need. We need to find the strike zone. Act like the pitching sometimes this zone. We got to find the zone a little bit more often. There's another one. We got 2. Down he goes.
So as we get ready to go here in the top of the second inning, taking a look at the Elmira offense, the batting order is going to be Callahan, Stern, and Ward, the 5, 6, 7 hitters. I'll go quickly through their lineup for offense, as we didn't really have a chance to explain it in the top of the first. Matt Leahy leading off, playing second base. Andy Schroeder playing right field, batting second. Cooper Smith playing first, batting third. Aiden Frey, the extra hitter, batting fourth. Darren Callahan batting fifth. He's leading off as we speak. Aiden Stern in center field batting sixth. Patrick Ward, the shortstop, batting seventh. Calvin Werilo, the designated hitter, batting eighth. Manny Castro, the third baseman, batting ninth. And batting 10th, playing catcher, Brody Bartenstein. Here's Dre Guinness.
All right, 1-0 to Callahan as he steps in. And that pitch outside for a ball. 2-0. Yeah, this is Aiden Stern, because Callahan grounded out 6-3 to end the inning. And our public address announcer had me fooled as that pitch inside for a ball. 3-0 to Stern. Stern, Ward, and Ward. I was able to say it in pregame.
Werilo,
thank you. And the pitch. Catches the corner for a strike. 3-1 the count. Now, I was talking about a situation. Pioneers had runners at first and second with one out, and on a ground ball to short, Tarp Skunks tried to turn the double play. And the pitch popped up. Shallow center field. Coming in is Doyle. And he makes the catch for out number 1.
77 is the shortstop in Florida, Atlantic University. Number 77, Patrick Ward.
As Patrick Ward, the shortstop, steps in, wearing number 77 on his jersey. But I think Scarfone at first was unable to hold the ball, and the runner from second came all the way around to score on the drop ball. So heads-up base running by the Pioneers yesterday. That one actually came with the score tied at 3. And that heads-up play put the Pioneers up 4-3.
You can definitely tell that the game one of this, basically this 3-game set between these two teams, is almost along the lines, that was almost like a scouting game. So that way you can learn the team that you're facing a little bit more. The doubleheader was where it became crucial today. So yesterday's game was almost like a scouting game to learn what to look out for each team.
Slow roller to third, just stays fair. Harpalani throws onto first in time, and that is 2 away. Yesterday, I think also was a critical must-win game. Don't want to say that before the game, but afterwards, in hindsight, very critical, because if the Tarp Skunks had dropped that game, they would have been 2 games behind Elmira and would have had to win each of these 2 games today. You still want to win these 2 games today, but the pressure's off a little bit as there's a foul off to the right and out of play. Oh, and 1 the count. Warlow, right-handed batter, standing in. Swinging. There's a pop-up to left field. Should be easy for Jones. And he puts it away, and that is the side. And no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning quickly, no score.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by the Davies Investment Group in Painted Post, New York. In a world filled with financial choices, finding the right path can be daunting. But fear not, because the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards is here to guide you every step of the way. With over a century of combined experience, this dedicated team is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. They take the time to understand your unique needs and aspirations, crafting personalized strategies designed to grow and protect your wealth. But they don't stop there. They collaborate with your trusted advisors to ensure a comprehensive approach tailored specifically to you. When it comes to your financial future, trust the experts from the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards. Contact Davies Investment Group today at daviesinvestmentgroup.com or visit them at 310 Town Center Road, Suite 201, Painted Post, New York, 14870. Davies Investment Group, member SIPC. As we get ready for the bottom of the second inning, taking a look at the top 3 batters for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks this inning. As they went down 1-2-3 last inning, it'll be 4-5 sticks. Bobby Stang, Kobe Jones, Shaniel Maldonado. And here to take you through the bottom of the second inning, it's Dre Guinness.
Thank you very much, Matty G, as we do head to the bottom of the second inning quickly here. Stang, Jones, and Maldonado do up the power of the Tarp Skunks lineup. Stang's cooled off a little bit. He had an average as high as 391 coming in to this game, batting 333, which is still a very impressive number to be putting up. Stang does have a homer on the season, and the first pitch bounces in the dirt into the backstop. 1-0 the count. It is absolutely picture perfect gorgeous out here. Partly cloudy skies, 80 degrees, slight breeze, and the 1-0 misses at the knees, 2-0.
Some people might say the weather is a little bit hot, but those just don't understand good baseball.
As that pitch fouled back to the backstop, 2-1. I mean, even for someone who's not a big fan of hot weather, this is, I couldn't ask for a better day, especially after a week of inclement weather that scrubbed a game, as that one is fouled back into the stands and out of the stands, and it's 2-2. That was an impressive bounce. But yeah, we lost the game to Auburn due to rain, completely wiped out. Had a rain delay the other night against Niagara Falls. It's nice to get out here and not question, are we going to be able to get it in? As there's a ground ball to second, picked up by Leahy. Throw on to first. And that is the first out of the second inning.
And with the way this game is set up, I'm going to go back once again to the notion that I had that the Tarp Skunks need to pick up the bats and have them come alive much earlier than what they have done the past couple of games, especially right now. Because this is a doubleheader, these aren't 9-inning games. They're 7-inning games. So this game will end in the 7th. If they don't pick up the bats by that time, who knows what sort of catastrophe could lie in wait for them.
Kobe Jones takes the first pitch he sees in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Jones on the season, batting .353. He's taken over the team lead in that category. And Roshan kicks and throws that pitch outside for a ball, 1-1, or 2-0, sorry. Roshan comes set, 2-0. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Ward. Throw on to first, not in time. And an infield single, first hit of the day for the Tarp Skunks, as Blanchard had gone over to try to cut it off from Ward. It bounced under his glove. I think even if, well, I mean, it was fielded cleanly. Blanchard might have had a play. Ward, by the time the ball got to him, Kobe Jones was already close enough to the bag to beat it out, as Shaniel Maldonado stands in now. You know, back to your point, I think one thing that'd be nice is the Tarp Skunks to score first on their home field, as a snap throw to first, and Jones was back before the ball even got off the infield grass. First pitch over the head of Shaniel Maldonado, and he has been drawing a lot of those lately. Curveballs that just fly right over his head.
Magnet.
1-0 the count. Right-hander stands in. And there's a curveball lined into center field. That is a base hit. So after the first 4 Skunks go down, back-to-back base hits here in the second inning, and that is going to bring up DJ Stoyanovich.
And you wouldn't want a man better than Stoyanovich to the plate right now, especially if you're looking to draw first blood. Stoyanovich leads the team in RBIs right now. Had a couple more against Niagara a couple days ago to his name. He's up to what at this point? 16, 17?
I think he had a couple last night. He might be 18.
Pushing 20.
Struggled early in the season with the bat, but as of late has heated up. As his first pitch is lined into right center field, heading over is Stern. He dives. He can't get it. And we have a traffic jam as Stoyanovich in a rundown, throw down to second, and that is the strangest double play I have ever seen.
Miscommunication between Ryan Hill and the assistant coach over at first base. The first base coach sent DJ Stoyanovich to second, not realizing that he was holding up Maldonado and Kobe Jones at third. Because Kobe Jones had to tag up, he thought that Stern in center had a shot at making a diving grab, so he had him tag. So because the ball got in so quickly, Jones and Maldonado got held up, so there was a rundown with Stoyanovich. Stoyanovich unable to escape the tag by the second baseman, Leahy. Leahy then saw that Maldonado was leading off of second base, something that you normally would want to do in that situation, but Maldonado too far off the bag, and because of that, it was a 9-4-6 double play.
We go to the top of the third inning. No runs, 3 hits, no 1 runner left on base after all of that. The end of 2 complete, no score.
Second one coming down, right about face, great catch. John sent the last one down, great John, that was Bell's fault, but let's hear it for John. Jake back over here.
Don't forget, our final $2 night of the season is going to be this Tuesday night. As Niagara Falls comes back into town. $2 beer, $2 tickets, $2 beer, $2 hot dogs, $2 beer, and $2 beer. And then Thursday is our final buyout night of the season with Geneva coming into town on First Responders Night. Go to tarpskunks.com for more information. As Matty G set to take you into the third inning, facing Castro, Bartenstein, at the top of the order, Leahy.
All right, first pitch by Hayden Givens Craig in there for strike 1 over the heart of the plate. Castro, the third baseman for the Pioneers tonight. Next pitch from Hayden Givens Craig. Curveball drops into the zone, and the count is quickly 0-2.
That last double play is definitely the craziest one I have ever called.
Well, there's always firsts. The 0-2 pitch. Chop swing over towards second, fielded by McLean Banks. Throw on to first. Quick 4-3 put away for out number 1. And that'll bring up the 10-hitter, Brody Bartenstein. And I will say this game has been going rather quickly to start things out. As the game started at about 2 o'clock, it's only been a half hour. We're already a third of the way through this game. First pitch to Bartenstein, low and away for ball 1.
Givens Craig and Roshan both pitching very quickly here, both finding good rhythms.
It's the confidence thing that we've talked about in the past. 1-0 pitch, high and in for ball 2. As long as you have that commanding presence, you can trust your defense, rely on them, let them do the work. And that's what they've been doing consistently throughout the course of the past 2 innings. Looking to continue that here in the top of the third. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And let me tell you, Bartenstein, if he got a hold of that, could have put that over the Jayhawks sign in left field.
Yeah, that was a healthy hack for power.
2-1 the count. Givens Craig. Jump set. The wind up and fire. The 2-1. Low and away. And Bartenstein's in the driver's seat, 3-1 now.
And you couldn't have picked a better spot for Hayden Givens Craig to make his first start of the season in a 7-inning game opener of a doubleheader.
3-1 called, ball 4, just off the inside corner. Givens Craig froze a little bit, thought it was strike 2, just checks in with the umpire, making sure that he saw the direction correctly. A little bit of respect between umpire and pitcher. That's something that is always preference for me. As we go to the top of the lineup for the Elmira Pioneers, Matt Leahy flew out to Kobe Jones in left field his first time up. Bartenstein off first. The pitch from Craig. Inside again. 1-0 the count.
Givens Craig not getting that inside corner. I mean, it's close.
Either that or Juwan is just doing a fantastic job framing and fooling the naked eye. The 1-0 pitch. Low and away curveball, 2-0. Come set. 2-0 pitch. Called strike 1 of the knees on the outside corner. And Givens Craig has got to be careful. Past few pitches I've noticed he's not checking the runner at all.
Yeah, Bartenstein taking a healthy lead. He's going here. No?
2-1 pitch popped up in the shallow right field, and that's going to fall into no man's land in front of Stojanovic. The throw into second in time to get the runner. A 9-6 put away to get the lead runner. Is that a fielder's choice? Is that considered a fielder's choice?
You know what? I think so, because
Stojanovic let that ball drop.
He let the ball drop and got the lead runner. I'm going to call it a fielder's choice. I think it is a fielder's choice just because of the mechanics of the fielder's choice.
So that'll bring up Andy Schroeder. Runner goes, first pitch, called strike 1. The throw down to second, bounces off the glove of Sebastianelli and off the glove of Doyle. So Bartenstein trots into third. And the first blood is 90 feet away off the glove of Sebastianelli and the glove of Doyle. If Doyle fielded that clean, he might have had a shot.
Yeah, that Henry Juwan popped up, I want to say like 1.8, 1.9 seconds.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
I'll have to go back and when I clip this game, I'll slow-mo it because I really want to know what his pop rate is. It's got to be one of the tops in the league.
The 0-2, lined into right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit and score the first run of the game. An RBI single for Andy Schroeder, who's now 2 for 2 on the day, and the score is 1-0 Pioneers.
The pattern continues. Teams scoring on defensive mistakes out in the outfield. And the Skunks trail.
First pitch to Cooper Smith, called strike 1 on the outside corner.
You know, I hate pointing out anything negative, but objectively, I think there are 2 things that have hurt the Skunks this season.
Swing and a miss, and the pitch in the dirt counts 0-2.
Those 2 things are fielding mistakes that lead to opposing runs, and the inability for the Skunks to drive in runs with runners in scoring position, especially with the bases loaded.
The 0-2 runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second, also not in time. Short hop in front of Nigel Sebastianelli, unable to come up with it. Luckily, McLean Banks was behind him to back up the throw this time, so it doesn't go out into center field. Stolen base stays at second, but the count's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, fouled back and over the press box.
And on that last stolen base attempt, on both stolen base attempts, Juwan's popped quick from behind the plate. His throws have just been a little short.
1-2, 2 out, Schroeder off second. The 1-2 delivery. Bounces in front of Henry Juwan and in front of the plate by a good 8 or 9 feet.
Yeah, you can see that bounce mark right in front of the plate.
2-2 the count now. Givens Craig checks the runner. The delivery. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike in effect. The throw down to first. And the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The score now 1-0 Elmira.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use prevention and social emotional learning and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are bearing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that is getting too close to home. 1 pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life, which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit DEA.gov/1pill if you think you know someone at risk, or call 716-664-3608. As we flip the lineup and head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it's going to be the bottom of the order. Juwan, Scarfone, and Sebastianelli facing Roshan in his 3rd inning of work. And once again, to tell you all about it, it's Matty G.
Thank you, Mr. Geddes. So, batting order is 8, 9, 10. Juwan, Scarfone, Sebastianelli. Tarp Skunks looking to answer from the run that scored in the top of the 3rd. Juwan steps in. And his first pitch from Roshan. Curveball low and away for ball 1.
So I got a conundrum here. The last inning, 3 consecutive base hits to end the inning. Are we on a beer roll, or does that carry over?
That doesn't carry over. Liner into left center field, and that's going to roll down, and that could be extra bases. Juwan around second. The ball goes all the way to the wall, and it is a leadoff double for Henry Juwan here in the bottom of the 3rd. And what a piece of hitting that was.
Yeah, that was just a sharp liner right in the gap. Perfect velocity, perfect bounce, rolled all the way to the wall, and a leadoff double. 4th consecutive hit by the Tarp Skunks, and I'm, you know what? Yeah, I think we're in the beer run.
I mean, I guess if you want to call it that. Outs, I thought would end it, but you know.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a traditional out.
Is any out? Well, in my opinion, all outs are traditional outs. First pitch to Scarfone, curveball over the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Well, what I mean by it is that the next batter up didn't get out. The inning ended on a base hit.
But you were still out.
I mean, you know.
Popped out into right center field. Going back is Stern, and he makes the running grab in the 414 power alley, but that will allow Henry Juwan to tag up and make it over to 3rd base. So Steven Scarfone doing his due diligence and moving the runner over. The tying run now 90 feet away.
And that was a shot. You wonder if he had been able to pull that down the line, if that might not have gotten out of here, as Stern had to go a long way to his left in that power alley to track that one down. That's the second time he's had to go out there. The first time he missed on a dive.
Nigel Sebastianelli to the plate now. His first pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? The answer is yes. So the count is 0-1. Rochan's delivery. Swing and a miss. And Sebastianelli quickly down 0-2. Sebastianelli coming into this game batting .212 on the season. Stands in. Rochan's 0-2. Outside 1-2.
I still don't like the home plate umpire appealing to the umpire behind the mound when there's a runner at third base on a check swing, because there is no way that he can see clearly whether the bat broke the plane or not. It's just a guess.
The 1-2 blooped over towards third, or towards short, I should say, and caught by Ward for the second out of the inning. And that will bring about the top of the order as Eli Harpelani steps in. Harpelani swung at the first pitch he saw back in the bottom of the first and popped out to Leahy at second base. His first pitch, curveball low and away. Ball. The 1-0. Same pitch, same place. Ball.
You sound like one of the aliens from Galaxy Quest if he was umpiring the game.
The 2-0. Inside. Counts 3-0. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Now we're getting an Animal House reference. We're getting them all in early.
Absolutely.
You got to save some for the second game.
The 3-0. There's called strike one. You know Harpelani's going to want to swing at this pitch. He wants Henry Juan in. He wants a tie game. The 3-1 delivery. Changeup called strike two. Harpelani thought it was ball four, started undoing his shin guard, but the count's full. 3-2, 2 out. Juan off of third base. Rochan, the payoff pitch. High for ball four.
Well, nothing like building up dramatic tension.
And that will bring up the second baseman, Brandon McLean Banks. McLean Banks coming into this game batting .231 on the season. Trying to extend that out a little bit, possibly add an RBI to his name. Last thing they want to do is shoot themselves in the foot here and not have an answer for that one run in the top of the third. First pitch. High and deep into left center field. Going back is at the track, and it is off the wall. Stern collides with the wall. Harpelani around third. He will score. The throw into third by McLean Banks is not in time. And it is a 2 RBI triple for Brandon McLean Banks. But we got to call time and take a look at Stern out in center field. He collided hard with the wood out in center. They got to check and make sure that he is okay.
Yeah, he was going back, and for a second I thought he was going to make a spectacular catch yet again, but just ran full force into that wall. And if you've ever done that as a ball player, you know that at the minimum, it's going to knock the wind out of you. Hopefully, oh, he's clutching his throwing arm, it looks like.
Yeah, naturally that's going to do a little bit more damage than one might expect. Usually baseball players are quite resilient, but when it comes to a hit like that, it's more of a shock to you than anything. That shock will add a little bit more pain than someone who would purposely run into a wall.
It's because you're not expecting it.
Exactly. The surprise adds a little bit more. But whatever the case, he will stay in the game. Stern is okay.
Attaboy.
So tip of the cap to Stern, but also tip of the cap to Brandon McLean Banks, who with one swing of the bat takes the lead, answers back that one run in the top of the third, and more with a 2 RBI triple. First pitch to Leo Doyle, curveball in the dirt for ball 1.
That ball went off the fence. I want to say it would.
The live CHQ
yeah.
sign. The 1-0. Popped up. Foul territory behind the circle. Going over is Bartenstein. And it is off his glove and a foul ball. And by the grace given by whatever deity Leo Doyle prays to, he remains alive and lives to see another pitch.
The flying spaghetti monster.
The dirt man. So 1-1 the count. The pitch from Rochan. Inside, 2-1.
Roshan has a nice just rip when he throws that curveball.
The 2-1 delivery. Fouled back and over the press box. And the count's 2-2.
He's almost tipping that curveball, though, a little bit, because if you notice on the fastball, there is no hesitation on the release. With the curveball, it seems like...
Hit high and deep to left field. Going over is Callahan, and it is off his glove. Foul by about 5 feet on the warning track. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Dre.
Oh, no.
I interrupted you on a foul ball that I honestly thought was over in the Nescentia Health sign over at the left field foul post.
Interrupt me all day long and twice on Sunday in a situation like that.
Well, it is Sunday.
Well, there you go. And we're playing twice.
The 2-2 check swing fouled off. And Leo Doyle continues to stay alive. First time up, he flew out to right field. Trying to see if he can add one more run here. 2-2, 2 out. McLean Banks off of third. The pitch from Rochan popped up, foul territory, and out of play once again.
It looks
and onto the bleachers.
Roshan's trying to be a little bit more careful with Doyle. Still attacking him, but not coming back into his wheelhouse as he roped one that if it had straightened out, could have done some damage.
Rochan comes set. The delivery. Fouled off yet again.
And what a battle for Leo Doyle here.
It's a big fight here. Rochan wants to get out of this inning with less damage. As little damage as possible as the crooked number's already been put up. Doyle wants to extend the inning. The 2-2. Line drive down the third base line and fair. That will score McLean Banks. Doyle around first. He will try for second. The throw into second, not in time. And it is an RBI double for Leo Doyle. And the score now 3-1 Jamestown.
And now this is where things get dangerous for Elmira. The Tarp Skunks go on these streaks and put up big crooked numbers, and now you're getting into the heart of the order, the heart of the power with Bobby Stang.
And this was what I was talking about back in the beginning of the game. Score runs early. First pitch high for ball 1. You score these runs early. You put them up early. That gives your pitchers run support so that way they're in a more comfortable position and they have a little bit more leeway to get settled in on the mound and not have such a short leash. The 1-0 pitch hit high into left center field. Coming underneath it is Stern, and he will make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the damage was done. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the 4th inning. The score now in Jamestown's favor, 3-1.
Please turn your attention to the third baseline, where we call and play a game we're kicking with some great prizes. Thank you, Jake. I'm down here with. He's going to play a Tarp Skunks 2-0. We got 4 cases. He's going to pick 2 to get rid of, and then out of the remaining 2, he's going to pick which one he wants. So which 2 do you want to get rid of? 3 and 1. We got 2 and 4. Which one do you want out of these 2?
Next Sunday here at Diethrick Park is going to be one of my favorite days of the year as Niagara Falls comes in for the final time as we have Bark in the Park. Bring your 4-legged friends out to the ballpark and enjoy a sun-soaked afternoon of Tarp Skunks baseball as we take on the Niagara Falls Americans one final time here at Diethrick Park. Also, Saturday, July 20th is the Strikeout Cancer game here at Diethrick Park, 6:30 p.m. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as Frey, Callahan, and Stern come up to the plate. Matty G steps up to the mic.
All right, Hayden Givens-Craig in for his 4th inning of work here in Game 1. Sun shining brightly over the field. First pitch to Frey, inside for ball 1. Givens-Craig smiling at Henry Juwan, thinking he might have gotten the call on it. The 1-0. Curveball missing high as well. And the count's 2-0.
Fry struck out back in the 1st inning. One of 2 strikeouts for Givens-Craig's on the day.
The 2-0 pitch bounces in front of the plate. And Givens-Craig has a little bit of work to do. 3-0 the count. The windup and fire. Ball 4, and it is a 4-pitch walk for Aiden Frey.
Now batting the left fielder, Darren Callahan.
And that'll bring up Darren Callahan.
I got to give a lot of credit to Givens-Craig, though, going into the 4th inning. That is the first leadoff hitter that has gotten on base.
Big leadoff first for Frey. First pitch to Callahan, low for ball 5. Givens-Craig struggling a little bit, finding the zone here in the top of the 4th.
If he throws another ball, Henry Juwan should go talk to him.
The 1-0. Runner fakes going, lined out into center field. Going back is Doyle, and he makes the grab for out number 1. He had to backpedal quite a ways. He was maybe about 30 feet from the warning track. But ultimately, no dice for Darren Callahan as an F8 goes into the scorebook. That'll bring up Aiden Stern. Glad to see Aiden Stern is okay from that collision to the wall that he had back in the bottom of the 3rd.
Oh, that was brutal.
His first pitch, runner fakes going again. Pitch popped out of play. 0-1.
If I'm Juwan, just for the heck of it, I'm calling a fastball outside.
Pickoff attempt just back in time is Darren Callahan.
Since Callahan...
Or Aiden Frey, sorry.
Aiden Frey wants to jump off the bag and fake running. Throw a pitch off the plate and snap throw, try to catch him from behind.
0-1 popped up over our heads and out of play. And the count's 0-2. And now Dre off and running, trying to see if that pitch landed on the roof. If it did, he'd have another ball in his possession. So it's just me for right now. Matty G's flying solo. Another snap throw over to first. This time, no tag applied. Aiden Frey playing a bit of mind games. Dre, unfortunately, coming up empty-handed. The ball did not hit the roof behind the press box. Another snap throw over. Still no tag applied. And you can hear the rattling of the headphones. Dre's back, everybody.
Yeah, you know, I decided I was going to go take a walk. No baseball on the roof.
And another pickoff attempt. 3 in a row. This time a tag was applied, but Frey back in safely.
Can't let him get into Givens Craig's head.
The 1-2. Foul over the head of us. And the count remains the same.
Well, I didn't hear anyone screaming in the press box, so I think our visiting announcers are doing okay in there.
The next 1-2, swing and a miss. The sword strikes out Aiden Stern, and there are 2 away.
Third strikeout for Hayden Givens Craig on the day.
And that'll bring up Patrick Ward. Ward grounded out to Eli Harpelani at third, his first time up in the second inning. His first pitch. Runner goes this time. Pitches a ball. The throw down to second. Not in time.
And that is the third stolen base for Elmira today. And on all 3, Juwan's throws down have bounced in front of the bag. If that had been on a line, they would have gotten him. But, I mean, it had to have been a perfect throw.
The 1-0, weak grounder towards second, fielded by McLean Banks, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The score remains the same, 3-1 Jamestown.
Thank you, Jacob, down here with. And they're going to put our cases, pizza sauce, for every square feet they have to throw into the box that Bella's holding. They have to do it twice. Because when they do it the first time, they got to go.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They are a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturer and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of the major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the expert. Plyler Entry Systems is the proud sponsor of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks official mascot. To learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit plylerentry.com. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Roshan's still on the mound for the Pioneers, and he will face Jones, Maldonado, and Stoyanovich. And here to tell you about the bottom of the 4th, it's Matty G.
Thank you much, Mr. Guinness. 5-6-7 coming up for the Tarp Skunks, looking to add to their lead from the 3-run 3rd inning back last inning. Those 3 runs were absolutely crucial for the Skunks, letting their pitchers have a little bit more leeway, trying to add on to that. First pitch to Jones. Line down the right field line, just foul. And if that had stayed fair, that could have been extra bases.
Oh, that would have been extra bases. The question is, how many extra bases would they have gotten?
The 0-1 pitch. Curveball outside, 1-1.
Jones has speed. I'd give him about a 56% chance he could have made 3rd.
Well, probability exact on that. As that's lined into right center field, And a diving grab by Aiden Stern. What a catch. And that proves that he's definitely okay from that collision to the wall. Man, putting it all on the line for out number 1 here in the 4th.
You know, I have to give a ton of credit to Aiden Stern. Today he is showing that he is the definition of the term gamer. He is out there diving, flashing the glove, running into walls, doing his best to keep his team in this ball game.
First pitch to Maldonado, low for ball 1. Can we give MVS to another team?
No. We can give an honorable mention, though, I think.
Yeah, well, I think I might do that for him. Oh, 1-0 pitch, fouled into the Pioneers' light post. Whoa! That went in the light post, bounced off the ladder, pinballed its way down the light fixture, and narrowly missed the players in the Pioneers' bullpen as that pitch low for ball 2.
Pinball is the perfect description for what that ball did.
Ding-a-ling, you should have, you almost heard the little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling that you would hear from the game itself. The 2-1 pitch, also low, and Maldonado in the hot seat, 3-1.
I used to be a big pinball guy back in the day.
Were you a pinball wizard?
No.
The 3-1 lined into right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit for Shaniel Maldonado.
Nice piece of hit going the other way. Putting one short in the gap, getting on base, keeping the line moving.
Keeping the line moving, bringing up DJ Stojanovic, but also the reference going right over the head of Trey Guinness.
Oh, no, I got it. There just wasn't time for me to fill on it because, you know, the base hit and everything.
He sure plays a mean pinball.
One of my favorite songs by The Who.
So Stojanovic stands in. Pickoff attempt to Maldonado, which I'm not sure why, considering that Maldonado probably has one of the smallest leads on the Tarp Skunks roster. First pitch to Stojanovic. Inside, backing Stojanovic off the plate, 1-0.
Stojanovic with a single back in the second inning that turned into the craziest double play I've ever been involved in.
The double play debacle, if you will.
Yeah, oh, I like that.
The 1-0. Curveball just inside, narrowly missing Stoyanovic's back. Counts 2-0. And debacle is your long word of the night.
That's 48 points on the Scrabble board.
Hopefully no one at home has hippopotamonstrous squipedaliophobia.
I don't think you could fit that on a board.
Pickoff attempt, not in time. You have no idea what hippopotamonstrous squipedaliophobia is, do you, Dre?
Something about hippos, I would assume.
It's a phobia, as it ends with phobia. Hippopotamonstrous squipedaliophobia is a fear of long words. The 2-0, called strike 1 of the outside corner.
That is something that neither of us suffer from, apparently. Although I gotta say, the fact that you know that and can say the word is.
Well, I mean, it's not the longest word in the English language. That's pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. The 2-1 grounded towards second. That could be 2. To second for 1. To first. The throw in time. 4-6-3 double play ends the bottom of the 4th. After a couple of jokes by Dre and I, the side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no runners left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning. This game going by quickly. The score, 3-1 Jamestown.
The Manufacturing and Business Association, and the International Door Association. Building a wide variety of products from a number of the major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the experts.
Saturday, July 20th, Geneva Red Wings coming to town to take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 6:30 is the first pitch time. That is the strikeout cancer game. $20 donation for a raffle ticket to win one of 30-plus game-worn pink Tarp Skunks jerseys. You're not going to want to miss your chance to take home one of those. Help raise money for local cancer research and help the Tarp Skunks strike out cancer. For more information, head to tarpskunks.com.
So Hayden Givens-Craig remains on the mound for his 5th inning of work. No action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen as of yet. If Givens-Craig has the possibility to go all 7, they might let him give the bullpen a little bit of rest. And also if he has the run support and the defense behind him, why not? As coming to the plate for the Elmira Pioneers is 8, 9, 10, Werilo, Castro, Bartenstein. And here to tell you all about the 5th inning, it's Dre Guinness.
Thank you very much, Maddie. Nice to be back in the one spot in the booth on this beautiful doubleheader Sunday. And the first pitch to Willow is taken for a strike, 0-1 the count. I think I'm going to call doubleheaders here the Diethrick Double Special.
The Diethrick Double Special.
Diethrick Park special doubleheader days. There's got to be a marketing tie-in for that somewhere.
You would hope.
The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Warillo flew out to left his first time up. Givens-Craig kicks and throws and called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Warillo taking the number 9 train to downtown Nopesville for the first out of the 5th inning. And that's going to bring up Manny Castro.
Why didn't we think of this one before? We're a skunk team. Werilo, we'll smell you later.
Oh, love it.
Why didn't we think of that before?
You know, it's just one of those things. Why didn't you think of it before? I don't know.
I said we, and we're all in this together, Trey.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We're High School Musical up in this.
Oh, please. As that pitch, curveball hitting Castro, so he will head to first base. Hit by pitch, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Brody Bartenstein. Bartenstein's second at-bat of the ball game. He walked back in the second inning. Right-hander stands in, and the first pitch is a curveball way outside off the plate. 1-0 the count. No activity in either bullpen. And that first strike of the at-bat for Bartenstein. 1-1 the count. Givens-Craig with 4 strikeouts on the day now. As they throw over to first. And nothing doing. 3-1, Tarp Skunks lead here in the top of the 5th inning, and the pitch outside for a ball. 2-1. No activity in either bullpen. So both teams going to try to get as much as they can from each of their starting pitchers. And the 3-1 pitch is tapped foul at the plate, 3-2. Or make that 2-2. I was ahead of myself there. I'd like to welcome everybody hanging out with us here on the YouTube as that pitch is fouled off to the right and just bounces out of play. Stojanovic gave it an effort, but just out of his reach. The DCV Gaming says hello. I think that's Jeremy.
That is Jeremy.
That is Jeremy.
Jeremy Becker on his way back today from, I believe, North Carolina. Dre, if you're in the chat, let us know.
Line drive down the left field line. That is going to fall for a base hit. But because of where that ball landed, Jones was able to get to it quickly and limit Castro only to second base. So runners at first and second with one away here in the fifth. And that brings up the top of the order for Matt Leahy. Leahy 0 for 2. And the pitch. Taken on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count. Runners take their lead. The 0-1 pitch. There's a line drive up the middle, base hit. Coming in is Doyle, and he loses the handle on the ball. Coming in to score is Castro, and it is 3-2.
And that's the second time today that Doyle has tried to field a ground ball, and it either bounced off his glove or he lost it in transition from glove to hand. Doyle's struggling a little bit out there with the glove. Hopefully he'll be able to fix that, as this is now a one-run ball game. That one run of insurance is now gone.
As a meeting at the mound, checking in on Hayden Givens-Craig, getting an idea of his status. For Givens-Craig, he doesn't normally go this deep into ball games. He's been primarily used as a reliever, a couple innings here, a couple innings there. So you would have to think that he might be running, if not at the end of his run today, definitely on the approach for landing, we'll say. As Andy Schroeder stands in, he hits a high drive, deep right field, going back and off the wall over the head of Scarfone. That is going to score nobody, as everyone had to hold up to see if Scarfone would be able to catch it. And so a lucky break, so to speak, as that ball not only missed getting out of here by about 6 feet, but nobody scored on that play. Double play is in order here.
And that is what you call straight up luck. A little bit of luck never killed no one, but at the same time, it's still a dangerous situation.
First pitch to Cooper Smith, missing inside for a ball, 1-0. Activity now starting in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. As Givens-Craig kicks and throws the 1-0. There's a line drive up the middle, another base hit. One run is going to score. Doyle's throw into the plate is bobbled by Juan, and coming in to score is Leahy. And Elmira has taken a 4-3 lead.
Yeah, Juwan had that ball right in front of him, ready to go. Unfortunately, he just couldn't keep the ball in front of him. It actually went underneath him, so he didn't have the ability to make the tag. If he did, there would have been 2 out, and you could have prevented this game from the Pioneers from taking the lead. But the Pioneers starting to tee up on Hayden Givens-Craig here in the top of the 5th.
As Aiden Fry steps in Takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Tarp Skunks running into some trouble here now as Elmira has taken a 1-run lead here in the top of the 5th inning, and the pitch. Taken low for a ball, 1-1. Runners off first and second for the Pioneers. Givens Craig checks the runner, kicks and throws, and that one inside a narrowly missed fry. 2-1. And I think, if you hit Fry with a pitch at this point, it's adding injury to insult.
And I got to make a note in the chat, Simon Aluko, a Tarp Skunks player for us. He's on his way back. He'll be back for game 2.
Ground ball to short, could be 2 to second for 1 is all they will get. So on the fielder's choice, Frey gets aboard, Smith is out, and Schroeder moves over to third. Oh, can't wait to have Simon back.
It's on his way back from Georgia.
Georgia. All I can say, Simon, is if you're flying,
more power to you.
That Atlanta International Airport is brutal. And the first pitch to Callahan, take it inside for a ball, 1-0. Pitch grounded into the hole at short. Picking it up is Sebastianelli, but he is going to have no play. Coming in to score is Schroeder, and it is now 5-3. Infield single for Callahan. And it's starting to get a little out of control here in the 5th inning. There's a drive out to center field. Doyle underneath it. Makes the catch, and the side is retired, but 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 5-3 Elmira.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by the Davies Investment Group in Painted Post, New York. In a world filled with financial choices, finding the right path can be daunting. But fear not, because the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards is here to guide you every step of the way. With over a century of combined experience, this dedicated team is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. They take the time to understand your unique needs and aspirations, crafting personalized strategies designed to grow and protect your wealth. But they don't stop there. They collaborate with your trusted advisors to ensure a comprehensive approach tailored specifically to you. When it comes to your financial future, trust the experts from the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards. Contact Davies Investment Group today at daviesinvestmentgroup.com or visit them at 310 Town Center Road, Suite 201, Painted Post, New York, 14870. Davies Investment Group, member SIPC. As we are on the way to the bottom of the 5th inning, Tarp Skunks having to do a little bit of work. Score is 5-3. They're in a 2-run deficit right now. The batting order will be Henry Juwan, Steven Scarfone, and Nigel Sebastianelli. 8, 9, 10 top. And here to tell you all about the bottom of the 5th, it's Dre Guinness, man.
Back to the 70s, man. Disco. God, I love disco. As Henry Juwan steps in. Doubled in his first at bat. There's a ground ball down the first base line over the bag into right field. That is a base hit. Rounding first and holding there is Juwan, as Schroeder was able to get to it quickly. But a 1-pitch leadoff single for Henry Juwan, and that is going to bring up Steven Scarfone.
And that is a crucial hit there by Henry Juwan, bouncing over the bag and hitting the line. to allow it to stay fair. Good call by the base umpire, but also good job by Schroeder to keep Juwan from advancing to second as he was quickly over to collect that ball in foul territory.
As Scarfone waits the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
Action over in the Pioneers bullpen. Nothing overly dramatic as of right now. They might rely on Rochan a little bit longer here.
Swinging, there's a little pop-up into right field. Coming in on it is Schroeder, and he puts it away for out number 1. Nigel Sebastian coming up next.
Number 5, Nigel Sebastianelli.
Sebastianelli stands in, left-hander waits. Standing in the middle of the box. And the first pitch, square around a bunt and a curveball way outside for a ball as Sebastianelli pulls the bat back. We'll see how the Pioneers react to that as the third baseman Blanchard now playing on the infield grass. Squares around again, offered at it and missed for a strike, 1-1. So Sebastianelli looks like he's set to sacrifice. And the 1-1. Bunts is off and a curveball outside for a ball, 2-1. Juwan off first. Skunks down 2 after the Pioneers scoring 4 in the top of the 5th. As that pitch cut on and missed for a strike, 2-2 now. Juwan off first. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Sebastianelli goes down on strikes. 2 away, and that is going to bring up the top of the order for Eli Harpelani.
The third baseman from Catawba Valley Community College, number 50, Eli Harpelani.
Harpelani stands in 0 for 1 with a walk, a run scored back in the third. And the pitch. Inside corner for a strike, 0-1 the count. McLean Banks would be on deck, or is on deck, would be next if Harpelani could extend the inning. The 0-1 cut on and missed on a fastball just off the plate, 0-2 the count. Perfect placement on that pitch. And the Skunks back against the wall. You're in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. There's a line drive into right field, a base hit. So Harpelani gets on. Juwan over to second, and that is going to bring up Brandon McLean Banks.
Number 42, Brandon McLean Banks.
McLean Banks with a 2-run triple back in the third inning. On a ball that went all the way out to the live CHQ sign in left center field on a play that Aiden Stern crashed into the wall. And the pitch. Swinging, there's a drive into left field. Going back on it is Callahan, though, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs on 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Still 5-3 Elmira.
Plywood Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They are a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturer and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of the major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the experts.
New pitcher on the mound for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Coming in, replacing Hayden Givens-Craig, this is Nathan Lux. Nathan Lux, an incoming freshman at the University of Alfred State. He is a brand new addition to the team. From what I remember when I talked with Christian Dolch and Ryan Hill, he joined the team and was here for his first game against the Niagara Falls Americans a couple of days ago. That was his first game here. He didn't see anything that day. He just wanted to get acclimatized to the Tarp Skunks atmosphere. So making his first appearance is Nathan Lux. He will be replacing Hayden Givens-Craig, who threw 5 innings. And he will be facing Ward, Werilo, and Castro, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Elmira Pioneers here in the top of the 6th. And here to tell you all about Nathan Lux's first appearance in a Tarp Skunks uniform, it's Dre Guinness.
All right, well, this has been a game of firsts. Let's go ahead and just add on another one here. As Nathan Lux, the new Tarp Skunks pitcher in both this season and this game, steps in, and his first pitch to Ward is outside for a ball, 1-0. Tall right-hander kicks and throws, and the pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch on the inside corner, taken for a strike, 1-2. Nice breaking ball on the inside corner. Had Ward frozen, so 1-2 the count. It's almost like trading at the deadline, as there's a little flare out into left field that's going to fall for a base hit. So Ward singles.
The designated hitter, number 27, Calvin Warlow.
And that is going to bring up the catcher, Calvin Warwillow. Warwillow on the day 0 for 2, flew out to left and struck out. Runner off first. And the pitch grounded past the diving McLean Banks at second for a base hit. Rounding the bag and holding is Ward.
Now batting the third baseman, number 41.
And Warwillow gets on with a first pitch single. And the first 2 hitters against Nathan Lux are aboard. Lux looks in. And his first pitch squared a bunt, and it's a beautiful bunt down the first base line. Stoyanovich with the tag as both runners advance on the sacrifice. And that is going to bring up the bottom of the order Brody Bartenstein, the catcher.
Bartenstein currently 1 for 2 on the day.
0 for 1, actually, because he did walk in the 3rd inning. But
right.
he was part of one of 2 unusual outfield assists on the day.
Entire infield playing on the dirt or playing on the grass.
First pitch, taken inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Primary focus for the Tarp Skunks right now is Ward on 3rd. If there's a ground ball hit, he's the primary focus.
Lux comes set. That pitch taken for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to Bartenstein. It hasn't been hard contact off of Lux, just balls that are just finding the holes. As the 0-2 pitch just misses off the edge for a ball 1-2. The 1-2 pitch just missed for a ball. 2-2 the count.
And I'm going to take a look at the chat here for a second. CWB Davies 716. Yes, we can see the chat feed. To answer your question, Nathan Lux is from Youngsville High School in Youngsville, Pennsylvania.
As that pitch popped up foul, Stojanovic makes the catch. And so that is going to be the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the top of the order and Matt Leahy.
And now the entire defense going back to their normal play depth as there's only 1 out to end the inning. So just get the easy out, head back into the dugout, go get those runs back.
Leahy stands in his 4th at bat of the game. RBI single in his last at bat. Lux kicks and throws, and that ball hits him. Second Pioneer hit by a pitch today, loading up the bases, and that is going to bring up Andy Schroeder. Henry Juwan going out to have a talk. It's going to be a visit to the mound. Checking in to see, mechanically, are you on the same page with Henry Juwan? You got this. Just one more out. Yeah, the usual pep talk. So the conference is over. As Schroeder, the left-hander, steps in. 3 for 3 on the day, 3 singles and a run scored, and an RBI. And the first pitch, outside for a ball, 1-0. That was a lot of ands in one sentence.
Run on, run on, run on.
One and 0. Bases loaded here, top of the 6th inning, and the pitch missing outside for a ball, 2-0. Lux gets the sign, the 2-0 pitch. Swinging, there's a drive into left field. Jones over there and makes the catch. And the side is retired. No runs on 2 hits. Bases left loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 5-3 Elmira.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works and Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use prevention and social, emotional, learning, and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here, and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are pairing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that's getting too close to home. One pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life, which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit DEA.gov/onepill if you think someone you know is at risk, or call 716-664-3608. So, Rochan stays out for his 6th inning of work here at Russell E. Diethrick Park. Score currently 5-3 Elmira. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Elmira. 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Jamestown. The batting order here in the bottom of the 6th is going to be Leo Doyle, Bobby Stang, Kobe Jones. 3, 4, 5, the heart of the Tarp Skunks order. And here to tell you all about it, it's Dre Guinness.
As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning now, Tarp Skunks find themselves in familiar territory. Down in the late innings, looking to mount a comeback, and they've got the big thumpers coming up with Doyle, Sting, and Jones. As Roshan comes set, and the first pitch fouled at the plate. 0-1 the count, as there are 2 pitchers warming up out there in the Pioneers bullpen. So you have to think Roshan's on a short leash. As that pitch misses high and in for a ball. 1-1. Staying on deck. Doyle had an RBI double back in the 3rd inning. And the pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-1. Doyle, the right-hander, back in the box, steps in, and the 2-1 pitch fouled back and off the press box. And it's 2-2. Doyle stands in, the pitch, ground ball to short. Picked up by Ward, throw on to first, offline, and it gets behind him. It's going to go to the fence. Heading into second on the throwing error, Leo Doyle. So a base hit and a throwing error. Well, no, just the throwing error, no base hit. But he will get himself to second.
And that's crucial, especially as you only have 6 outs left before you've run out of chances. As I said, because this is a doubleheader, this game ends in the 7th. So Tarp Skunks need to find a way to answer back quickly, especially because you're down by multiple runs. A 1-run game would definitely be a better scenario.
First pitch to Stang, popped up right field side, going foul, and lands in foul territory. 0-1. Kind of hit out into no man's land.
Stang kind of out of character with that swing. Normally more of a disciplined hitter, especially on first pitch, but he chased the curveball that was heading towards the dirt, was way out on his front foot.
He's pressing. And the pitch. Swinging, there's a ground ball to short, this time picked by Ward cleanly, throw on to first. And there is one away.
Now batting the left fielder from Shore University, number 10,
Kobe Jones, the batter, stands in. Jones has had a eventful day on the base paths. singled in the second inning, made it all the way to third, and was stranded there on an unusual double play. And the first pitch to him is cut on and missed. 0-1 the count. A double play that went 9-4-6. The 0-1 grounded foul as Doyle had taken off for third on the hit and run. 0-2 the count.
I don't know if that was hit and run or if that was just a steal by Doyle and Kobe Jones trying to find a pitch he can drive at the same exact time.
So now 0-2 the count. Doyle off second. And the pitch. Grounded over the head of the pitcher, picked up at second, thrown to first and dropped by Smith. So Jones will be aboard on the air. Or are they going to give him a base hit on that one?
They're giving him a base hit on that one.
All right.
I don't know why. I personally thought it would be a catching error or a fielding error by the first baseman Smith.
I was thinking throwing error. I had E4 marked down in my book, but
whichever, though.
Yeah.
Same deal, same scenario.
But hey, the home field advantage as Shaniel Maldonado steps in, hits a drive down the line in right field, hooking foul. Maldonado had a base hit back in the fourth inning as they snap throw to first. Jones not going anywhere.
For now.
For now. Oh, and 1 to Maldonado and another snap throw to first as Kobe Jones dives back safely. And the pitch, runner goes, throw down to second is not in time. Kobe Jones with a stolen base puts both runners in scoring position, but more importantly, takes away the double play.
Absolutely, it was huge, but the count is 0-2.
0-2. Maldonado waits, the pitch, cut on and missed. And that is the second out of the inning.
Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. Counts 1-2.
Oh.
Confusing me. Umpire had me fooled.
The 1-2.
Well,
Previous statement restored.
delaying the inevitable, I guess. Not the inevitable I wanted to see. Obviously, we want this game to be tied as the tying run is 180 feet away. But then again, it still could happen.
Team leader in RBIs, DJ Stoyanovich, steps in now. Stoyanovich has been heating up as of late. 1 for 2 on the day. Couple skunks in the forest in scoring position. First pitch. Taken for a strike. 0-1. That one right at the belt. So 0-1 the count. The pitch. Curveball, grounded foul off to the left, 0-2. So Stoyanovich quickly falls behind here. Doyle at third, Jones at second. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th inning, Tarp Skunks down by 2. And the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Stoyanovich doesn't agree with it, doesn't like it. And the Skunks strand 2. No runs on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It's 5-3 Elmira.
Plus, you can see our home and away schedule and check out all partners that help make baseball in Jamestown possible. Bookmark our website, tarpskunks.com, and favorite internet browser today.
Don't forget, game 2 of this doubleheader will kick off, I believe 5 o'clock was the start time, or 5:30.
No matter what it is, no matter when this game ends, it will be a half hour after this game ends before game 2 starts. And just so everyone is aware, we will make it clear to you now, once game 1 is over, we will stop the stream and start a new one. So that way you'll be able to separate game 1 from game 2 should you want to go back and look at one but not the other. So when game 1 is done, we will end the stream and we will start a new one with a different title for game 2. But make sure you stick it here because it'll only be a half hour between game 1 and game 2.
As Nathan Lux comes out for his second inning of work, he will face Smith, Frey, and Callahan, the 3-4-5 hitters for the Pioneers. And here to tell you about the 7th inning, it's Matty G.
Thank you very much, Mr. Guinness. All right, so we are ready to go. Top 7, score 5-3 Elmira. Both of these games today, crucial for fighting for the 3 spot in the Western's division standings. First pitch from Lux. Curveball low and away for ball 1. Frey has seen the base path twice today. The 1-0 grounder through the Tony Gwynn hole past a diving Sebastianelli. And Frey is aboard with a leadoff single. And that's the 3rd time he's seen the base path this game. Or am I incorrect? Was that Smith? That was Smith.
That was Smith, yeah.
This is Aiden Frey. So Smith aboard with the leadoff single. Who needs the coffee now? I think it's me. I apologize for the misdirection. Bunt down by Frey. Sacrifice bunt put in place as Frey is out at first base, advancing Smith over to second. 1 away. And that'll bring up Darren Callahan.
Man, a cup of coffee from Timmy's right now.
Tim Hortons, you can sponsor us.
Forget sponsoring us, just bring us a free cup of coffee.
The first pitch, foul ball by Darren Callahan, counts 0-1.
Don't forget sponsoring us. You should sponsor us and give us free coffee.
They don't even sponsor us in money. They just sponsor us in free coffee.
And Timbits.
And Timbits.
We don't even want the whole donut. We're not greedy.
Are we going to get copyright for talking about this?
No.
The 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1.
If you start singing an Ed Sheeran song, then maybe.
I don't track on that one.
Just pretty much, if you sing any song, you're going to get copyright struck.
There it is. The 1-1. Swing and a foul tip. And the count's 1-2.
Yeah, copyright strikes on YouTube are an interesting thing. I've had, I'd say probably 15 or 20 struck. Or not struck, but copyright claims that I had to go and edit videos on.
The 1-2 just off the outside corner, 2-2. So 2-2, 1 out. Smith off of second base. Lux comes set. Takes a breath, checks the runner, and the delivery. Weak liner into left field, and that's going to drop in front of Kobe Jones for a base hit. Smith will hold at third. But a 1-out single for Darren Callahan puts runners at the corners, still only 1 out.
Elmira knows that the Skunks can come back from a 2 or 3 run deficit, as demonstrated last night. Trying to put some pressure on here to give them a little bit more breathing room.
Aiden Stern to the plate now. His first pitch, fouled off of his foot. Stern 0 for 3 on the day so far. 2 flyouts to center field and a strikeout back in the 4th inning. Lux has his pitch, checks the runner at third, comes set, checks the runner at first. The pitch, outside, counts 1-1. And Lux seems to be relying on that changeup a lot today. It's the change speeds, change location mantra that pitchers hear all the time. The 1-1 delivery, called strike 2 over the heart of the plate. And there it was. Changeup on the outside, looks super slow. And then you stop him with a fastball down the heart of the plate. The depth perception and the change of vision for the batter stopped Stern in his tracks. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Smell you later, Aiden Stern. And that's 2 away. And that'll bring up Patrick Ward, the shortstop. Ward only seen the base path once so far today. As long as I read Dre's scorebook correctly.
I wouldn't trust it. With as many changes as I had to make right before we went on air.
First pitch lined into right center field, and that's going to drop for an RBI. 1 run is in. The runner will stop at third. Ward stops at first, and it is a 2-out RBI single for Patrick Ward. And the score is now 6-3, and Ryan Hill calling time and motioning to the bullpen. Lux with a short outing here in game 1 of this doubleheader. His night is over.
So as we get a call to the bullpen, we'll step away.
No need. I've already figured out who it is.
Oh, okay.
That is Connor Kiefer. Connor Kiefer coming to the mound to take over. Kind of an interesting thing, as Connor Kiefer is only an infielder in the books. It doesn't show that he has any pitching experience. Has he been in any games so far this season, Dre?
Not as a pitcher, no. You know, we saw it with, when was that? Was that Newark or Niagara? It was either Newark or Niagara this week, where toward the end of the game, they brought in an infielder to close out. I want to say that was against Newark. Yeah, that was against Newark.
It was that Sam Heim.
Yes, that's exactly who it was.
So Connor Kiefer, 5'9", a junior at Alfred State, so an Alfred State guy replacing an Alfred State guy, calls Buffalo, New York home. He's a health sciences major, so Kiefer looking to stop the sickness here in the top of the 7th, keep the damage from spreading further.
He's got a curveball. Or is that his fastball? Hard to tell.
We'll have to find out.
This game has an eerily similar feel to yesterday.
So runners on the corners, that is Ward at first and Callahan at third. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Calvin Warlow. Warlow.
Our apologies for butchering it if we did. Well, I know I did.
One of us did. First pitch from Kiefer, high for ball 1. Kiefer comes set, checks the runner, the 1-0. Hit high into center field. Going back is Doyle, and he will make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's crunch time for the Tarp Skunks. 3 to tie, 4 to win, 6-3 the score.
Thank you, Jake. I'm down here with. And we're going to play our mystery box challenge here. My lovely assistant, Christian, has this box. There could be something good in it. There could be something bad in it. Last game we gave away a bag of dirt. There could be nothing in it. Or you could get 2 free tickets to a Tarp Skunks game of your choice. Would you want 2 tickets? Or what could or could not be in this box? Are you sure you want the box? Alright, let's get the lovely assistant Christian. Pop that thing open. It's nothing but wait. It's because it couldn't fit. We have a game-used bat that was broken that we're going to give him for his mystery box prize. Ladies and gentlemen, to the forum, Jake, back up to you. Guys, if you're hungry or thirsty, make sure you stop by our concession stand, which is brought to you by 3C's Catering. 3C's also provides catering service to all of Utah and Cadillac County, and also in Warren Field. Contact them for your next way.
Garrett Rochon looking to close it out here, going start to finish as he comes out for the bottom of the 7th inning. He will face Henry Juan, Steven Scarfone, Nigel Sebastianelli, 8, 9, 10 for the Tarp Skunks. And here to take you home, it's Matty G.
Thank you, Dre. Isn't this the 3rd inning in a row that Henry Juan has led off?
Not in a row, but it is.
But every time
the
Henry
3rd
Juan
time
has come to the plate, he's led off.
Yep.
He led off in the 3rd, he led off in the 5th, and now he's leading off here in the 7th. Again, like I said, 3 to tie, 4 to win. Skunks looking for that same magic that they had yesterday. We will see if they can pull it off. Rochan steps in. First pitch to Juan. Outside for ball 1. The next pitch. Called strike 1 at the knees. Juan has seen the base path twice, has scored once.
2 for 2 on the day, both singles.
The 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. That pitch fouled back. Healthy hack by Juan.
That was time, just location a little bit low.
So 2-2 the count. Rochan shaking off a pitch. Now he's got what he likes. The 2-2 delivery. Fouled off again. And Juwan remains alive. The pitch from Rochan. Blooped into center field, and that's going to be a no man's land C&I single. Juwan led off 3 innings and has gone 3 for 3 with 3 singles. That is a leadoff man through and through. Because a leadoff man only has one job: get on base, any way, shape, or form. And Juwan has done that in the 3rd, the 5th, and now the 7th inning. Steven Scarfone, his first pitch, cut on and missed.
Healthy rip for Scarfone. Flat out to center, flat out to right in his first 2 at-bats. Stepped up a little bit in the box, getting more coverage on that outside part of the plate.
The 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
And I think that slight adjustment gives him a little bit more of an edge as he can protect the outside part of the plate.
The delivery low and in, backing Scarfone off the plate. And the count's 2-1. Juwan off first, gets checked by Rochan. The 2-1 delivery. Hit high into right field. Going back is Schroeder, and he will make the grab about 20, 30 feet from the warning track for the first out of the inning. It was good contact, just unfortunately right at Schroeder.
Yeah, just a little bit off the end of the bat. Barreled it up a little bit, but just hung up a little bit too long. And there is one away.
And that'll bring up Nigel Sebastianelli, also 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to short and struck out. His first pitch, high for ball 1. Skunks running out of chances here. Only have 2 outs at their disposal before this game gets put into the books. The 1-0. High and out, 2-0.
Have to be selective, have to protect, and have to have a moniker of aggression.
Ground ball to second. That could be 2. To second for 1. To first. In time on the split made by Smith. And it is a double play to end this game. Final score 6-3 in the Pioneers' favor. And the Pioneers needed that to go back to 1 game above the Skunks. But job ain't done. There's a second game coming up a little bit later today. And the Skunks are looking for revenge, aren't they?
They are. They're looking to, at least win this series. It's a 3-game set. They dropped the first game, but Roshan pitched an incredible ball game to pick up the win, going 7 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 11 hits. Hayden Given Craig did a great job through 4 1/3, and just wheels started to come off again. The Skunks victimized by the big inning, and the unfortunate inability to drive in runs with runners in scoring position. So we'll see if they can correct that going into game 2.
So with that being said, we do have to look at the MVS of the day for game 1. It is me that leads it off. And you know what? I'm going to give it to Brandon McLean Banks. 1 swing of the bat in the 3rd inning, driving in 2/3 of the runs that they scored in game 1 with the triple to the left center field power alley. And that kind of started it to allow another RBI for Leo Doyle to make it 3-1. You know, it was a good attempt by the Skunks, and you know that hit by McLean Banks put it anywhere else besides center field, and that ball could have been gone. So for that one swing of the bat, I'm giving it to Brandon McLean Banks.
I'm going to go ahead and give mine to Henry Juan, going 3 for 3 on the day. That's not something that you can overlook. You know, did his part, 3 for 3. Tarp Skunks came up just short, but again, we're about ready to cut this stream and start up again in about 25 minutes. So we're going to step away for a quick break between ball games. For those of you watching, watch out for us going live on another stream. For Matty G, I'm Dre Guinness saying we'll see you in about 30 minutes.